Hey, what's up guys, it's Flex and welcome back. As you guys know, I've already upgraded some parts to the engine of this 2016 Mercedes-Benz C300. I've upgraded the air intake and filter, I've upgraded the air intake tube, and I've upgraded the turbocharge pipe. All those upgrades were meant to make the car more responsive, but also to increase the durability of those parts. Keeping with the theme of responsiveness and durability, today I'm going to upgrade the diverter valve. There's two things about a stock diverter valve that I'm not really a fan of. One, it's made of plastic and rubber, so it's definitely going to break down and wear down a lot quicker than an aftermarket kit. Two, it's programmed basically on or off, so it's either going to release a lot of air or it's going to hold a lot of air, so it's either open or closed, which is not really good for a turbo system because you lose a lot of boost that way. Installing an aftermarket diverter valve, it's going to be a lot more reliable and it's going to be a lot more durable because it's made of metal. Another good thing about aftermarket diverter valves is it doesn't just open and close like the stock diverter valve. It actually just releases just enough excess boost while maintaining some boost in the system. So that way when I'm driving and I'm banging through gears, I don't have to start from the beginning to rebuild all my boost. I'll actually have some boost in the system. The turbo will keep spinning and forcing more boost. So that means the car is going to be a lot more responsive, the shifts are going to be faster, and I can maintain a really good power band through my gears. So what diverter valve should I put on this car? Well, there's actually two that I want to try in this car, and I want to determine which one works best for this Mercedes. One is a standard aftermarket diverter valve. The other one is going to be a version with a blow-off valve. And I want to thank Tornado Tuning for sponsoring this video and providing me with the valves. And if you want more information on the products in this video, use the link in the description below. So now let me show you the two diverter valves that I'm planning to install in this car. We'll install it, compare them, and then see which one I keep on the car. Here are the two valves. This one right here doesn't have the blow-off valve, but it has that all-metal construction. Looks really good. It also comes with this hardware. And here is the version just like that, but it has the blow-off valve opening right there. So that's where it'll purge the air. And this also comes with its own set of hardware. So before I can put this on the car, I need to first remove the stock valve. First step is to remove this air tube. I'm just going to pull it right off. And now I'll have access to the stock valve right here. I'm going to pull the connector right off. And now I can go ahead and start removing the bolts. So I'm using a socket wrench with a T30 Torx bit, but I can also use a 1/4 hex bit. Trick to removing these is to first loosen it with a socket wrench, and then I'll unscrew it the rest of the way using my fingers. This way I don't accidentally drop the bolts. This is the stock diverter valve and the bolts are removed. And here's the blow-off valve. There you see the opening. So it's easy to install. I'm going to first start by lubing this solenoid. It actually moves up and down. You can see it right there. It's gold. I'm just going to grab some WD-40 and just spray inside. And then I'm just going to push the solenoid up and down just to make sure it's fully coated. Now I'm going to pop off the cap of the stock diverter valve. And I'm going to remove the stock spring. And now I'm going to install the new spring, the new plunger. And now I'm going to snap the blow-off valve right onto the body of the stock diverter valve. It should actually snap right into place. So once it's snapped on, I'm just going to slightly twist it to make sure the holes on the valve line up with the holes on the body. And now I can install it with the new 3 bolts. So I'm just going to install it in reverse, and then I'm going to go for a test drive. So I've been driving around town with the blow-off valve, and when I floor the car, I can definitely feel a boost in power between shifts, and the shifts are actually a lot faster. It feels pretty good. I can definitely feel a noticeable difference from stock. The only thing is, if I'm flooring the car through the gears, I don't really hear the blow-off sound because the throttle body doesn't have a chance to close to purge any excess boost. But if I'm driving around town and just flooring and getting off the gas, I can definitely hear the blow-off sound, and it sounds really good. So now let me show you what the blow-off valve sounds like compared to stock. I just removed the blow-off valve, and now this is back to stock. And to install this valve, I'm going to start by installing the spring, installing the plunger, and now I'm going to snap the valve right onto the stock diverter valve housing. Again, it should snap right into place. Now I'm just going to twist it. This is just to make sure the holes on the valve line up with the holes on the body of the diverter valve. Next, I'm going to install this spring. And before I install this piece, I'm going to have to lube it up. So again, I'm going to spray it with some WD-40. And then just drop it into the diverter valve. And that's it. Now I can take this and the new bolts and install it on the car. Okay, I've been driving with the other diverter valve, and I can honestly say this feels just like the blow-off valve but without any sound, which is pretty good because sometimes the blow-off sound can be pretty annoying to some people. So I actually might keep this one on the car instead of the blow-off valve. I'll tell you my reasonings later. But let me show you the difference between the stock diverter valve sound compared to this diverter valve sound. Well, there you have it. So I decided to keep the version without the blow-off valve. I know it kind of sucks. I like the blow-off valve sound. The reason I'm doing that is because my wife drives this car a lot and she doesn't really like all those sounds. It's already bad enough when she drives this car, people see this car and they instantly want to race her. So the last thing I want to do is have to go pick her up at a police station because she beat out some BMW. So I hope you guys liked the video. If you do, hit like below. As always, make sure you subscribe and I will see you next time.